Right, hello everyone, welcome back to the House of Racing. We're here for more Tier 2 action, round 9 out of 10, so this one and one left, then we are done for Season 10, and we potentially got a championship to decide today. Not just the drivers, but constructors, both available to be handed out today, as both full-time Aston drivers are not here, so we'll see if Mercedes can pounce on that. They've already got a little lead in the constructors if we quickly run through things, if we've got times coming in already, as Finn's topping the pole so far on a 23.4. But yes, Mercedes leading the way on 175 points. They've got Aston Martin then 25 points behind, so a nice comfortable gap for them. So we'll see if they can do enough just to get that across the line going into, well, before we get to Vegas, if they can actually lift the trophy. And then in terms of the drivers, Hugo still leads the way, so it's Crucian who won last week, Finn P2, Jatin P3, so it didn't change anything on the podium post-race. So Hugo still leads the way, he's on 113 points, then it's Finn who then pushes up to P2 ahead of the Aston Martin boys. He's on 90 points, so 23 point gap coming into this, so he's right on the cusp as it is. Always Tash lags out, so I'll quickly chuck him another invite. But yeah, he's on the cusp as it is, 23 point gap, so he just needs to really outscore Finn, and I think that's going to be enough really, isn't it? So, I mean, we'll see if he can do that today, or whether he needs to wait until Vegas next week. I think we'll be able to get one more new driver in as well, because I'm not hearing anything from someone else, so we'll get Farrah Gods in, as there is space for one more, yeah.
I was on board with TT33 as well at the end of his lap. I think he got
Aaron Panda did say something in the chat about, I think he was apologised to someone, so I mean, maybe that was a block. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that later on to see if anything goes in the streets room. Obviously, still one more race, so if you do want to report stuff, it will still have an impact. People will still feel the effects of a punishment if it goes their way.
What's the same, like you said with the Aston, that's ages, so it's the Atlas championship,
yeah. Slick then gets his first lap in, and it's a 23.3, so solid time from him. 3/10 though off Aaron Panda, who's done very well since getting a full-time seat the other week, and he's stuck on provisional pole so far. We've got a couple more cars coming around. I think that's Theodore then, who's reserving in the Aston. About to set, oh, he's actually invalid, so won't be setting any times on this occasion. Next up we've got K1, who will be valid to the line. Where can K1 put it? He goes provisional pole with a 22.7, so very good first time from the home driver actually, so he's hoping to put on a show here today. Always runs well here. I think he's got a bit more extra practice under his belt today for this, so we'll have to see how he gets on, if he can have a storm of a weekend.
I mean, almost 3/10 gap as well from now on to provisional pole. We're still missing lots of bigger names to fly up now, yeah, you'd imagine.
Here comes Chesney around the final corner as well to see what he sets on his first run. Where can he put it? Puts it up to P8, 23.9. Only the top 8 actually in the 23. Well, I was going to say 23s, but K1's up in the 22, so big spread across the order. Obviously, we're going to be a maximum of 19 drivers today, as well as a ruthless guy serving a race ban. So that's worth saying why we won't get to the full amount. Oh, I was just seeing screaming in the chat. Unfortunately, I just missed the window. He's trying to get an invite. Yeah, we see people done their first runs. K1's still on track, but he's on his way back into the pits.
I think Ultra's being stood out to come around the final corner now, and that will be his first one. So, I mean, he usually qualifies quite last. Interested if he can get around the 23.
Just on the cusp, yeah. Runs well here. 23.1. Ultra's been a weird driver this season. I think he's had the raw pace to really be towards the top. Even shown that when he's pushed up into doing races in Tier 1 as well, but not quite clicked in terms of the championship. Not really ever in contention for silverware this season on the grand scale, but we'll see if he can maybe end on a bit of a high. Obviously, we're going into this race with eight different race winners from 8 races, so can that streak continue? I mean, in terms of drivers that could be in that fight towards the top, Aaron Panter's not won a race yet, has he? Since joining.
No, he's still quite new. I mean, Awkward won that, hasn't he, with a season 2?
Yeah, K1 as well. And MOZA, who's flexing some good pace as well. He's a man that's potentially in that fight for not just pole but for the win. Cruising though, setting some good times, found some good pace in recent weeks to build on what was a really decent pace, but struggling in terms of getting it across the line in race trim, where he's just been caught up in incidents. So we'll see if Cruising can finally, well, he got the win last week, but we'll see if he can build upon that and then get back-to-back wins and break that streak of new race winners.
Fincher, a couple of attempts of doing it as well. He's going to have to make it another new race winner, and he could do it for his a couple of attempts up in this lap. Looks very smooth for the left numbers.
And nice and clear to the line then. What can Finn do around the final corner? Stays within track limits as well. Where does he put it? Puts it up into P2. Second man into the 22s as well. 22.994 for him. So just the 2 drivers at the bottom there without times of line. And MOZA yet to set a representative time as well. He's on an out lap, so we'll keep an eye on him to see how he gets on. I'll quickly sort out the reserve as well.
Usually very slightly up in his time, but that's only from set to 1 so far, which you might find a bit with the match. It'll probably set to 3 is where you're going to go anyway.
Yeah, we'll go on board. Let's see, I'll go on board with Hugo as well to watch Hugo through the middle of the lap, and then we'll flick around and see how what improvements are happening. Go on board with Palm actually, because he's the furthest across in terms of cars on track, as we've got 7 minutes left in the session. Palmer obviously joined Ferrari mid-season and has had an up and down season with the Scuderia, but puts it up in P6 with a bit more improvement. Finds just over a 10th on that run, as we've got a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's just a low on fuel car going around, so nothing to be worried about.
He was showing a 10th and a half off at number 2, so he still needs to find more sector 3. He's going to fly right back there. Got
potential to be level with his teammate here, and he does just actually beat him, so finds a bit more time in sector 3. Goes over 2.5 tenths quicker, and Boss is retired. Is he in a wall? What's happened to him, Boss? He's just retired on track.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, him and Cruisen. Well, Cruisen's on an out lap. I was wondering if they've done like a thing where they don't want to. I don't know. Don't want to set a time. I want to try and flex on the grid by going through the field, but I don't know. I have to see what's happening. Boss, there is. Oh, he says he's clicked the wrong button. Okay. So rather than, I don't know, resetting the track or something, he's accidentally retired his car. It's an interesting one.
Theodore goes up into P10 as well as he finishes.
Nitro's in a wall somewhere as well. I don't know where's Nitro in a wall? How's he come around here? He's flicked completely round at the little chicane. Scrimmy has joined, so that is up to 19 today, so solid effort. 4 attempts, thank you to everyone. Aaron Panther keeps dipping in and out as well, so hopefully he can get that sorted out for the race, because otherwise he's going to be all over the place in terms of connection, and doesn't exactly set the world alight in terms of prospects for the race if he's lagging out every 5 seconds. I can't imagine he'd get much done in a race.
Oh, he's just finished the time.
Just found a bit of time, 72 milliseconds improvement, but unfortunately keeps him cemented down in P14 for now. Still got time though to set one more time. Got 4.5 minutes on the clock, so time to come back. Well, it should be time to come back around and set one more.
He's just in the chat as well, like they have no body place, and even doesn't want to damage people if he gets stopped at the moment, so not in time a bit more.
It's interesting because he said this last week as well, and he did find some pace. So we'll we'll see if he shoots up on the final run, because yeah, Bahrain he did very well in the end and that's good race pace to match it. But we've got on board with Dalton, he's just starting his run, and we'll quickly flick through to Cruzen actually, who's further on, just in sector 3.
There's no damage with penalty, because he's obviously not got time on the board yet, so this is his first time to be ready.
Here he comes then. Coming into the pits. Yeah. Very odd in terms of what's going on there, because I think in terms of raw pace, we know that Cruzen and MOZA potentially were the two people fine for pole, just on face value. So the fact that both of them, I mean, as Cruzen's effectively trying to one-shot, I don't really know what's going on there. So
yeah, I mean his lap was still valid, so if he wanted to, he would have put time on the board, but if not, he just felt off of it.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, no delta time. Yeah, it's like you said, no MOZA, no delta time to compare it to, so no real idea in terms of where he would have slotted in. So he just wasn't feeling it, you know. I don't know. Nitro in the chat saying MOZA is trying to sandbag, so we'll obviously we'll have see what happens in race room. Awkward is on a time just ahead, is he? Or is he pulled out of his run? Invalidated his run, so no improvement on this run for Awkward. And he's got no fuel, so I don't know if he's got time actually to come back in, has he? It's going to be close if he has.
I think he just about made it already.
Oh, he's all over the place. It's not going to help his cause. I think he's done. Minute 22 for a lap. I mean, it's going to be very close. He might have to cut a couple of corners there.
One thing that helped is Dalton's just started a lap, so obviously he's not got to contend with the teammates coming out as slowly.
That is true. Yeah, so we'll have a see. Scrimmy on track as well. Looks like he might just get one lap under his belt, because he's just joined the session a bit late. So we'll see how the new man can slot into proceedings here in Tier 2. Cruzen still in the pits. Just coming out now, so we'll get one time on the board if he keeps it valid anyway.
It's very risky with the vehicles that you can invalidate the time for.
Plenty.
I think you would probably back yourself to get the time on the board.
I think, yeah.
One way possible.
I think it's not necessarily about the invalidations, it's about making sure it's a lap that's clean and you haven't flipped off a curb or ran a bit wide. I think it's one of those tracks you do have to optimise. As Awkward's done, and yes, it does not make it. So second at best with a 22.9 for Awkward. Scrimmy's going to be the first man to come round to the line. Where does he put it? Here comes the time. It's a 25.3, so it only puts him 15th for now.
Matej gets 4 seconds slower and failed to improve on his lap.
Is that going to be him done as well? We've got Aston coming around as well. It's that Theodore who's just started his final run. That's going to be K1 crossing the line as well to come around.
Nitro's just looking at.
Nitro, yeah. So people come around to start their final runs. That's Scrimmy done as well. Retired on track. It's not. Hopefully this doesn't impede anyone. At least they get cars pulled out of the way, fortunately. Same with Matej, who will, I think, come round and bring it into the pits, but we'll keep an eye on this and see who's setting times and how they're getting on. Cruzen is on a time as Jackson's like that, so hopefully he should be able to get back in. He's on PlayStation, so should be able to join off the previous invite.
It's painful for Jackson though, because that means he's not going to get time into his 40th.
Yeah, and you look at, I mean, there's not that many people below him that I imagine will hop him. I mean, Tash has got a lot of time to find Cruzen. They'll yet to set time, but you'd expect him to shoot past him unless he's choosing to start from the back. But
K1's invalidated for the end of sector 1 as well, so he's not going through.
Wow. Can't board with Finn to see how Finn is getting on, because he's the highest man up there, and he's invalidated as well.
He was half a tenth back as well when he did it.
What about Nitro? Nitro's come around to the line now as well as Theodore. Oh, P9 and Nitro spins! Nitro spins come around the final corner, so that's P5 at best for him. After spinning on his final run, I think that's that Is that going to be CT3 goes up to 12, actually finds good time on his lap. Chesney goes up to P9 as well. Where's that Finn? Finn stays P3 after obviously invalidating that run. Hugo goes up to P2 just shy of pole. Here comes Slick to the line, so it only goes P6. What about the other Ferrari? Cruiston, yeah, so Cruiston, I feel like these two are sandbagging to try and see what they can do in the race and almost do a last to first, so we'll keep an eye on that, but unless, yeah, Aaron Panda's done, so it's going to be the home man on pole, even though everyone invalidated the last couple of runs, but it's still going to be K1 though that bags pole position in his home Grand Prix, so well in for the home man. Crucian saying he choked his final run, so we'll see how things play out in the race. Obviously the two people that you'd expect to be in the fight for pole all the way at the back, so interesting run here in quali. With obviously MOZA did have his 5th place as well, whether he just didn't really want to fight for pole because he had the 5th place after a collision before we actually started the stream. But it's K1 on pole then, Hugo P2 doing what he needs to do to win the championship by beating Finn in qualifying, Awkward P3, Finn P4, and then Aaron Panda is your top 5 going in.
Worth saying as well, of course, Jamaican Jam starting at back there, who's shown very solid pace as the season's gone on. So he's someone else. I mean, the back 3 can really cut through the field.
Yeah, obviously Jamaican Jam he's got reputation this season of coming through the order in the race. I'd be very interested to look at the stats in terms of positions gained, because do you know what? Before we wait for people to choose their setups, I'm going to see if I've got enough time to quickly go and have a look, because I would argue that Jamaican Jam is the bet, like he is the number 1 in terms of positions gained. I've got an ad on the app, I'm not going to have time on that. But he always seems to start like P13, 14 and end like 4th or 5th.
We've also seen a few decent drives from Cruising, not necessarily qualifying down there coming through the order, but just early lap action that's put him down there.
Yeah.
Spa was the memorable one. And that was in the wet as well.
Well, I think a lot of people were obviously shocked to see him win, but I mean we've been saying our comps for the last couple of weeks in terms of raw pace. He's probably been one of the best or fastest on track. It's just the fact that he's been screwed over by early collisions and incidents that sent him to the back and already put him on the back foot. So he hasn't been able to show the pace that he has. But gain positions, I can see it now, and it is Jamaican Jam. Yeah, he's on 55 points gained, positions gained. Finn P2 with 39. But we've got the lights to start the race here for round 9, and we're away here in Abu Dhabi. K1 a little bit slow off the line. Hugo might have a move down into turn 1 though, thinks better of it, tucks in behind.
It seems just be the second phase that really cost him there, so I thought that's good. I thought he was going to be at least alongside.
Cruison's round at the back, he's had a collision with Tash. I don't think it was Tash actually, because Tash would have been ghosted still, yeah, so I don't know what's happened there to Cruison, but your race winner last time out already facing the wrong direction. It's Aaron Pandas. Maybe AI going a bit all over the place there as it might be glitched out. Tash setting a fastest lap of 6 seconds. But down into the hairpin we go. Still nice and clean though. Oh, just I say nice and clean. Palmer hops over the curb and collides with Slick there, and that's Aaron Panda done. I wonder if he's just lagged out there and had his car retired. I mean, he has been having internet issues all through qualifying. I think that's literally gone into the main race as well. Yeah, he's left the session, so I imagine that is an internet issue there for Aaron Panda, which is a shame because he had a good quali, but nothing he can be done in the main race itself. But towards the front, all relatively stay the same. Finn's made a gain on Awkward on the open lap, but K1 still leads his home Grand Prix. Yeah, Aaron Panda back in and realising his car is no longer in the race. Yeah, good start. Obviously, Cruisen would have liked to emulate what he's done, but caught up in more early carnage here in Tier 2. Seems to be an unfortunate pattern for the Ferrari man. But K1, I was going to say a bit of a healthy gap, but he's got Hugo still within half a second so far. So we'll see if Hugo actually tries to do anything down into the little chicane. Oh, I think he's going to stick behind. He's getting very close. Yeah, flicked his ERS to none, actually. See if there's any moves down here. I think we've got a move between Nitro and Palmer. Yeah, as Nitro gets the move done on the Ferrari. Finn's got a really good exit, though, coming out of the little chicane. Tried to burn his ERS, but Hugo's matched that, and he's going round the outside of K1. So we got...
do the same move as well in 6 seconds.
We're taking a high line, and he has, yeah. K1's been... Oh, the two collide! And K1's in the wall.
He completely understood into him, caught his rear left tyre and took it round with him.
Both gone. K1 is home race, wing damage already. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Jackson's flicked him round, yeah. Jackson made contact with Finn. I mean, Chimp made a very good point there in the chat that could be championship done. I mean, it's literally given Hugo a nice little buffer behind. Awkward already with 3 seconds, and Finn's now last and in the pits. I mean, is he doing his pit stop or has he got wing damage?
He completely lost his wing when he got flipped into the wall.
Oh, by Jatin, yeah. Yeah, and he's changed the whole wing.
The job and broke DRS that front. So obviously, I mean, with the two big cars behind him, that almost immediately hung him in the gap. And not quite do it down. Wow. He's managed to do it down a bit.
That's completely flipped on his head as we've got a move there. Jatin, his team actually, CT3, went down the inside then of Matej to move up into 11th, so it's kicks Albers 10th and 11th, so we're running quite well so far between the pair of them. Bit of a dogfight here for P4 as well between Palmer, Nitro and SRF Theodore. Oh, and there's contact between the pair. Just as I say that, the little contact between him and Nitro, who's also had a up and down season, obviously a race winner here as well in Take 2.
It's almost exactly what K1 did to Finn that move.
Yeah. Just cars struggling in the dirty air and running close in that back corner, just unable to keep the car.
TT33, he's lost it in sector 3 and he's reset the track.
No. And he was just having a good race, just got up past Matej, moved up into 11th, but sending him all the way back. I'm interested to see what happens with Finn now. I mean, he's got to pray now for something to flip his way. Obviously, we've hardly had any safety cars this season across Tier 1 and Tier 2. We've already had a couple of instances there where, I mean, the cars are very packed together, but no safety car, despite two cars going into the wall there and losing part of their wing.
Yeah, it's races like this. We have got through some races where there's just not been sort of expect to see one triggered for.
Yeah. Oh, heavy curve riding there from Nitro. Aiden in the chat saying that Boz is probably going to win. I mean, he's already up into P4. I mean, he's had 3 cars disappear in front of him through collisions, but I mean, yeah, I mean, the race pace he's showing here to start last. I mean, not going to lie, I don't buy this whole concept of him retiring by accident. I think he's trying to flex by doing a last first. But already up into P4. Big gap, though, I would say, between P3 and 4. 4.2 seconds currently, though, so let's see if MOZA can reel in slick. Well, both Mercedes, who are doing everything they need to and more to make sure that they've secured the constructors here today. Obviously, Aston Martin's...
That's his early work has done as well. He's going around the outside of goals and contact through the pair.
Damn it, we've just got past Tash up to 15, but so what could have been again, maybe for Crusoe?
Hamilton to get back to him popular, I think.
Oh, he's
held off to get the DRS there.
Oh,
but that said, he's still going to be good enough exit to use now going to the
just choosing to burn his DRS, yeah. He sends it, no, does not. Theodore thinks about it though, but realises it's probably a bit of a bold and over-ambitious move there if he does send it, so he thinks better of it, tucks back in behind, but we'll see if Palmer has another bite of the cherry down into the next corner. Don't think he's going to have enough to do anything. Theodore's actually going for a move again, thinks better of it and bails out last minute, but I think it's whether MOZA can pull away now, but he might have done enough to to create that gap and comfortably be in P4, and all that fighting, and they've still managed to slightly gain on Slick up ahead as well.
K1's gone off at the three, and it's let Jamaican jam through. Jamaican Jam was putting under a bit of pressure. He's just made
I think he's still missing an end plate, worth saying as well. So, I mean, it's already just a very unfortunate race for K1. He's hindered already from the start with damage. He's got Jatin go down the inside of turn 1. You don't see an overtake there very often, but he's pulled it off beautifully. Jatin moves up to P8, K1 down to P9. I'm starting on pole. Jatin, Finn not happy in the chat as well after that occasion, so we'll see. But I imagine that 100% will go to the stewards room, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how things look after that. I just realised.
To have it happen twice in about 4 corners.
Yeah, in a race that has so much weight on it in terms of title permutations as well. I mean, it's not exactly the finest hour. So you have a move up the lead again. Hugo retakes the lead then off Awkward, but all this fighting, and I was going to say, Awkward and Slick are losing a bit of time compared to MOZA, but I mean, it looks to be down at 3 seconds as I cut to MOZA. He's off the track there, but yeah.
He's not really costing.
Still running well, and then I've now just crept over that 1 second gap to Palmer as well, who's got SRL Theodore still all over the back of him as that's him in. SRL Theodore, just as I catch him in the corner of my eye, darts into the pits there, so going to be the first man in very early.
Jackson's in as well.
Do we have anyone else deciding to bring it in?
No, that's it.
Obviously Finn at the back as well, yeah, choosing not to do anything, considering he's on the hards now for a significant stint. We'll cut to the end of the pits as well to see people coming out of the pits, see how they behave themselves.
You imagine coming in this early as well, that's going to be Ben going for a double hard sit at the end, going back to mediums at some point.
Yeah, you'd imagine so. That's Tash lagged out again, so I'll send him another invite. A lot of people struggling today by the looks of things. We'll flick back to the front there and see as Awkward's retaking the lead, obviously just switching now in DRS. Look at that gap between MOZA and Slick. Slick slightly losing touch, but MOZA's cut that down all the way to 2.3 seconds, so he's really cutting up towards that pack, and he's managed to stay clear of Palmer and Jamaican Jam, who are now scrapping. So we'll move towards the front and watch people come round to see if anyone reacts then to the early pits from Theodore Jatin. It's more going to be this pack behind to see if they react. No, and yeah, Awkward's in.
And Slick's as well. That Hugo's going to go on. And bother in.
Lots of people choosing to.
Yeah, not true. No, there's quite a lot coming into their first stop. It's not
half and half split really. Tash still lagged out unfortunately, so his ghost car will go on. We'll watch Theodore then and see where he slots in terms of all these cars coming round. There might have been a pit cut as well that I saw from Slick. I don't know if you quite saw that, but
yeah,
I'm making note of it. We can always go back and have a little see, but here comes Theodore then coming around turns 2 and 3. What is the gap to the cars ahead? I mean, Slick is only just up the road from him really. Just wait to quiet. We're very congested up here with that ghost car of Tash causing all kinds of nonsense. He's had this last week. He said he didn't want this to happen, and it's back-to-back weeks now.
Did you see what happens with Hugo when he comes in? I think it's one of the tracks where I mean, to make him jump out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugo's going to call it now.
Palmer following in. Jamaican Jam as well. K1 choosing to stay out with his damage. Smart Edge next in. Chesney stays out. Got a yellow flag actually in sector. We've got a Sauber round.
that CT3 cruise one again. Second time he's gone in the third sector.
Oh, Paulie says you're a bit quiet on comms. Paulie, you didn't say it's F2 time. And that's CT3, but and he's got a warning for cutting that corner. But through goes Crucian, they've done one lap on these hards, so we'll see where he slots in. Matej's gone to the soft tyres. I don't know if that's an accident, but we'll pay attention to that and see.
Yeah, I can't see them lasting him long here.
I think their tyres around here, I think you would avoid them at all costs, surely. But we'll see. Maybe he's hits previous runs. We've got a couple of lagged out cars here that Jamaica Jam's trying to navigate past. 3.3 second gap up to SR Theodore now after doing a 2-lap undercut on the McLaren man. He's put himself.
Wow, looking at Hugo, he's come up behind them MOZA. I mean, those two, imagine that pace they've worked together, probably end up catching up as Auckland Slick at that end. What would be the net lead in Auckland for our shot through Slick?
Interesting that it's played out this way, really, because I mean, Hugo did show good pace, and MOZA, though, we know that he's potentially got a bit more in the locker than what he's been showing in in the early stage in terms of quali and the first part of this race. But you'd imagine MOZA was going to qualify right towards the front. Hugo did, obviously missed out on pole, but was right towards the front as it was. So you imagine this could get a bit spicy. Hugo realising that he doesn't have to do anything crazy, and the championship will be his.
Chisholm's going very long on the medium as well, and they caught the back of him in sector 1. Not the easiest place to get moved from, but you'd imagine Orca's just going to send it up the inside.
And he does, yeah. Slick tries to follow suit. Doesn't want to come across. I've just realised Slick is missing an end plate as well. So all this going on somewhere, Slick has lost his right end plate. So I don't know where Slick has done that. We've got a couple of damaged cars. Obviously now K1 into the pit. Where has K1 come out? He's come out 14. Let's see if has he changed his wing as well? He hasn't. He hasn't, I don't think. I think he's still missing. Where is he? He has, yeah. So K1 has fixed his wing, which is, I mean, he should have done. So it's a good call from him to do that. As Hugo's all over the back of MOZA, trying to get a little run coming out of the back corner, doesn't get it done. They're going to run into the back of Chesney now as well, so we'll see how they choose to navigate the car yet to pit. Chesney on 9-lap old medium tyres.
Look at that, they're really getting held up through sector 3.
And they both pounce. Oh, and then MOZA just cuts in front of Hugo. I thought there was going to be a little collision there, but both managed to get past that car successfully there. Jamaican Jam gets a 3-second as well. A couple now floating around on the timing tower to the left. And MOZA's going to get a good run on. Hugo's going to get a good run on MOZA this lap, though. You'd imagine half a second behind going down into the DRS activation point, so we'll get DRS as MOZA flicks the DRS off just to get a bit more charge to try and defend against the championship leader. But I don't think it's going to be enough unless he completely empties his battery, which I don't know how wise that would be at this stage of the race.
He's going to join a fair amount, but of course he's going to get a second burst of DRS out the chicane anyway. After this, Slick lost DRS as well. No, Slick's just about in the DRS, but really seems to be struggling to come on the back of Orca. I think this time Hugo's going to get the move done. Yeah, I mean, MOZA's not going to fire it. They just want to push on and get in the back. Awkward and potentially Slick don't run away.
Yeah, gap at 2 seconds though, so they've. I don't really know how the gaps ended up like this. Obviously, Hugo was in the lead. And not exactly like, a 1-lap undercut is not exactly some crazy undercut that's going to move them ahead, but to do it by such a comfortable gap is quite extreme. I mean, SR Theodore, even with a bit of an undercut, was right on the back of Hugo as well, but he slightly dropped off in the laps that have preceded.
I think though this is one when you try to do whatever you play at that time, you can do absolutely jamming that time.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not it comes back to bite them later on in the stint. Yeah,
they'll have obviously an extra 2 laps as K1 then sets the fastest lap on these new hards. 26 flat currently.
Orca's done the job this time as well and dropped Slick. And Hugo wouldn't quite get DRS to his teammate, but coming into the straight, he might get it to the front end. Or Hugo gets ahead from the DRS again.
Yeah, we'll see if he chooses to.
Way too far back.
And then he's gonna get DRS now on his teammate. Whether the Mercedes can work together now. Oh, it's impossible. I thought he was gonna be in the wall, man. Car was heading straight for that barrier that would have flicked it, would have had the chance of flicking his wheel off, but keeps it still within DRS, to be fair to him. He's still within that 1 second window, even though he had that massive snap.
Must have been quite a heart and mouse moment.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Flick around and see if there's any more action. Looks like Tash is going to get past CT3 at the back there. Nice easy move for him. Flicking up through the order. Interesting fight here going on for P7. Jatin's holding off Palmer and Nitro as Cruisins back into P10, so running well, managed to get back up into the point scoring positions. Just how much further the Ferrari man can rise in this race. Got his teammate just up the road from him in this scrap. I mean, it's if you've got raw pace to spare, there's a big just train of cars there. You can just pick people off one by one. If you've got a deficit you can eat into and just leapfrog people.
Just that trouble of managing to cut through DRS train.
Yeah. Awkward's run away at the front here as well, must be saying. 2.7 seconds. He has got a 3-second penalty, which is going to hinder him. Slick might be under threat here from the other Williams. And through he goes. It's going to be close in the braking zone. I think Emboza's, yeah, he's done enough there to get through. Oh, Emboza again.
Moment out his turn again. He lets Slick straight back through. They both have DRS. He's not going to get through this time. Look at that though, Hugo's almost the gap from 8 tenths really coming up to that corner, almost 7 tenths. So he could break DRS to a teammate.
I guess we'll see how good its Sector 3 is, but...
Yeah, I think this is the thing that we've seen so far, is Awkward's pushed on, but he's pushed on from Slick. We've seen that between just to not quite have the pace of Hugo. But now it's Hugo, we're not going to see the gap.
When the Slick's putting the team game in, he's just trying to block the Williams driver behind. I don't know if it's really that deep, but Slick's doing a good job. Obviously that DRS has now gone up. Yeah, Slick saving his DRS through turn 1 there, a little bit just to keep things ticking along. He's got a lot more battery as well compared to Emboza. I wonder if Emboza's going to go for a dive here just to get the move done. He's choosing to burn. Yeah, I think he will. And he's chosen to just stick behind, so he will have DRS down the main straight as well, even though they're level coming out of the corner. So Slick will burn. Oh, a bit of contact between the pair down the straight. Luckily nothing's happened there, as we've got Aston Martin somewhere in the wall, I think, just at turn 1 as Slick makes contact.
Not took damage there.
And Bozza finally manages to keep his car under control there coming out of the chicane. So we'll see, he has not got DRS, so we'll see if
Slick's going to get back out and they're around the outside and quite easily done.
Not what Emboza wants, just feeling boxed in. He's got the world against him here in the form of the two Mercedes here, keeping him at bay. As Hugo's now 1.3 seconds up the road from this, as Jatin's left again.
The thing that somewhat goes in Emboza's favour though is because Slick's on the medium and left side, they seem to start really quickly out here, so you'd imagine at some point Emboza's going to have a tyre advantage just to put away and clear at least the second Mercedes.
Yeah, 2 seconds now, yeah. I mean, it's at that point now the mediums he's ready for his pit stop. So we'll see how long it takes before Slick calls it into the box as well. 14 laps left in this race. Bozza thinks about a move, but chooses to stick behind Slick. But again, Slick's got a decent amount of battery, but you'd imagine Bozza will breeze past him here, choosing to burn his DRS and deploy DRS. So here he comes. Will get past him now. It's just whether Slick can fight back. Going down again, he chooses a little switchback. He's going to have a much better line though, and he's got a good chance of just going straight back past Emboza here. Emboza choosing to burn his DRS though, and he's got a bit more to play with. But how much impact can the DRS have here? Here comes Slick. Can he get the move to stick? He's going to go down the inside. Oh, it might be a little switch back here from MOZA. They're going to be side by side on the corner exit. Slick has got the inside line. I think MOZA's just going to get it unless Slick can break late. Choose to... Oh, MOZA's gone deep though. Oh, the pair are going to lock wheels.
Slick was going to send it regardless. It's a very dangerous place to keep this side by side. But keep it moving.
There was a bit of contact that dragged Slick back actually. MOZA almost linked wheels with him. Don't think it was intentional, but it was enough to just offset Slick, and I think he had that position sorted, but MOZA there with that extra bit of contact managed to keep him in the fight and enabled him to actually gain that position there.
I mean, you mentioned a couple of laps ago whether or not they're playing the team game. I think that actually
yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's all about trying to join MOZA.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you look at it, 3.2 seconds, it's done more and above. Worth saying as well, we've had another man join the fight. This has taken them so much in terms of race time that Jamaican Jam's actually joined the fight. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be good for the battle of trying to keep MOZA at bay, because Slick has now got a car between him and MOZA as a Jamaican Jam moves up to P4.
You can't do anything now because where Jamaican Jam just got through and moving bombs to prevent these block DRS. It's not like before where
yeah. And worth saying as well, obviously Slick's tyres are now 8 laps done on the mediums. Jamaican Jam's in 7 laps, so he's always going to get past.
I mean, this is the other thing, is you wonder when Slick's going to end up pitting and whether or not MOZA and Jamaican Jam haven't seen the end of Slick today yet.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
Ferraris have gone back then, I believe.
And then MOZA gets a 3-second penalty, so I wonder if all that fighting has just pushed MOZA a little bit over the limit, really, in terms of his how much he's throwing the car around, because I mean, that's going to be very costly come the end of the race, and it could even cost him a podium.
Here we go as well for Slick's in. There's quite a few making their second pit stop, but this one's going to be about now because he's going to get out, get a decent undercut, and then Covington lap, and they're going to have to do it all over again.
I mean, here he comes. We'll see where he slots in just in terms of the race. Massive train of cars coming out of pits. We've got a car coming around turn 2 and 3 now. Who is that? It's going to be Theodore's? Chesney and Dalton, actually, who's Dalton yet to pit. Chesney's only done 5 laps on those compounds. Just imagine Slick's going to get an easy move on Dalton here down the main straight. It's just always makes contact with the Alpine. There's so much more just out the corner there. Just caught him slightly off guard, but no even real need to burn ERS. Late move though. Dalton's moving a little bit around on the straight. Chesney just watching this from behind.
It's more than I thought.
Finally lets him pass.
It ends up being quite easy with the extra grip, but Dalton didn't, really let it easy,
It's going to come back at him as well, I think. Thinks of it, or no, just...
looks the inside move, but I just realised there's not going to be enough grip whatsoever to make it stick. As awkward and Hugo are in.
Theodore's as well, trying to... Oh, Theodore's trying to cut through the order. Trying to get past Chesney and Dalton. Round the outside there. Beautiful move, actually, to get that stuck. And, I think he still stayed within limits there. Chesney's all over the back of Dalton, who's out of shape through the hotel section there. And through he goes. Yeah, we're cut to Slick to see where Slick... Or it's going to be quite close, but I think Slick's going to be behind the pair of these anyway.
Yeah,
it's more...
Hugo's just rejoining the track now.
Theodore gets another 3 second, which is unfortunate. He's slightly in no man's land in this race, but it's not going to help his cause at all, as Dalton's just got past the AI there of Jatton, who's unfortunately probably likely to get disqualified after not doing 50%. Not in AI, which isn't down to his fault, just internet issues again, unfortunately for him. I'm looking at that gap as well for Slick, 2.9 back to Hugo, and that gap was around 3.4, so and MOZA will be behind Slick. That's almost a guarantee at this point, surely.
Yeah, it's going to be a guarantee.
Anyway, watch the 2 round. I mean, MOZA's got to react. Surely he has to come in.
I was going to say, it's interesting as well, since getting through, Jamaican Jam's but even based on one of the slow through Ocean and having place concurrently with that.
Yeah, done it again.
Yeah, MOZA's in. Jamaican Jam's in.
What does Cruisin do here as well? Has Cruisin done his 2 stops? trying to think what lap that damage was on. Got K1 for company as well on 9 lap old hards. But let's see then. We'll keep an eye on MOZA and Jamaican Jam. You can see the Mercedes coming down the pit straight. There he is. It's going to be quite close.
It's just come around the first corner now.
It's going to be very close. He's going to get them there, isn't he? Yeah, there he goes.
He's back ahead.
But they're thrilled to have him there. And Jamaican Jam's even behind Theodore. Finn's been disqualified for blocking. I don't know what Finn's done here. Has he overshot the final? I don't know.
Did he spin into the pit entry? Did it say blocking the pit lane?
Maybe, yeah, maybe he spun across. I mean, I'll be very interested to see. I think he spun across the pit entry and then someone's tried to come in. Oh, I mean, that's just beyond peak at that point.
Yeah,
and at that point then...
And that's a huge collapse. Hugo's going to be crown champion.
Yeah. I mean, that's Finn done, isn't it? And the two closest are Jono and Aiden. So I think, yeah, that basically is Hugo crowned if he scores 2 points. That's all he has to do now. He's got a 23-point gap. All his competitors are going home pointless today. So all he has to do is...
the pole and fast slapping is slightly more than me, but I mean, he's on target to be easily smashed.
Yeah, sat P4 with no time penalty. He's got a nice gap back to his teammate acting as his rear gunner, so it's looking like it's all but confirmed here that Hugo's going to be champion, as we've got a Hascar round as well. That's Tash round through that same corner that a lot of people have been having issues with. Things very close in this battle. Look at this behind Slick. Slick holding. He's choosing to stay ERS none all the way down to the hairpin. MOZA goes down inside contact between the pair. Slick's nearly got a full batch of ERS just to burn.
This is the problem though. Again, MOZA's looking to burn, and he's probably going to get done into the shit. I say that he's not really catching this time, but he almost needs to learn his lesson.
All contact between the pair, they pulled each other wide.
Oh, it's let Jamaican Jam through lovely as well. Jamaican Jam's going to run away and not get dragged into this battle anymore.
And all that, and Slick still got DRS as well. So MOZA forced. I mean, he pushed MOZA, pushed Slick very aggressively wide and did not play up at all. He's done that and then cost himself 2 positions in the end. Looking for that move, like you said. I mean, there's basically Norris and Hamilton in Saudi Arabia, where you're just watching it going like, why are you going for the move?
Yeah, it makes sense slightly a bit more this time because of Jamaican Jam was going to be there to let him
yeah.
So you should really hold back again. Well, certainly first time round when Jamaican Jam wasn't there, Corners could learn his lesson and get the
yeah.
Steering. With that said, Jamaican Jam's not ran away, so whoever's ahead into that turn will have its done to get DRS.
It's one of the closest races we've seen for a while through the order as well. I mean, the last couple we've had runaway winners of around 10 seconds in terms of gaps, or more. I mean, in the wet the other week in Mexico, the gaps were astronomical, but here everything's still very close. I mean, you look at Slick, Jamaican Jam downwards. I mean, we've got all the way down to 9th, basically still in the train. So, despite it being across 2 pit stops, still very in order, really, in terms of the way things are on track. If I quickly see in terms of pit stops.
Since the pit stops as well, Hugo's cut his gap down by 7 seconds. Broken DRS. And that's of course going to be the net lead.
Yeah. K1 and Chesney are the only 2 people yet to do their second mandatory pit stop as well, so we'll wait for them to finally call it quits and bring it in for their second stop. Anytime now, really. I mean, I imagine at this point they're probably both going for softs. Unless, I mean, they can come in now for the mediums. They really wanted to. Is that K1 in? Yeah. So we'll see what tyres he chooses for.
Could even be this lap Hugo could get the... Oh no, as I said, that Hugo hasn't come around the final corner and it costs him 12%, maybe not even that much. I think it's probably going to cost him DRS.
I'm interested to see how many penalties are this pack on. Jamaican Jam, he's got at least 3, he's got 6, which is unfortunate. It's going to hamper his races. Cruisen sets the fastest lap, 26.0, so running well there. Slick though, this could be it for Slick. I don't think he's got DRS. So he could be under real threat from behind here.
And I think here, if MOZA gets it done, he's probably going to take it just within a second of Jamaican Jam in front. I say that, the gap's still relatively large.
I don't think he will. Just stick dive in now. Oh, he might be. He's quite close. No, I don't think he will.
Yes, he's
just
going to get the DRS for the second point, so I'm not going to make this happen again.
For the 19th time this race. He's going for it.
He stopped joining his DRS, yeah. I think he thinks his job done and he's just going to settle in now and follow them. Maybe he's seen Palmer approaching behind a bit and thought, I mean, as it stands, if he can sit here, he'll get the podium still, even after doing all of this. So.
I mean, yeah, with penalties up ahead, yeah. Oh, I just watched that clip back of
slightly up as well.
I just saw the clip of Finn as well. Came into the pits a bit too hot, caught the back of Scrimmy, spun in the pit lane entry, and the game's literally taken about 3 seconds to just disqualify him.
It's one of those days, I mean, it just all went wrong from that one, and sums it up really.
Like we said, there looks to be Hugo's day. Got a nice gap behind with penalties as well, so we could be seeing champion crown today, and the constructors. Obviously, Mercedes came into this with a healthy lead as well. I don't know if it's going to be officially done because Theodore looks to be scoring some points as well for Aston, so I feel like that's going to be a bit more of a mathematical wait. We'll have to see if when we go to Vegas next week, whether it's still possible for them to. It's down into the.
It's either Dalton or.
I think it was Matesh there. Yeah, Matesh was the one going slow out of turn 4, turn 3, turn 4. Dalton picks up a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, so they get another bit of time added onto their final race time. Chip asking about pens. A couple of people have 6. Dalton's got 12 seconds of penalties, unfortunately, so that's really going to hamper their result. I mean, they're down at 13th anyway, and got a nice gap to Scrimmy actually, so probably won't change their result at all. So another yellow flag. Is that K1 round? Nitro.
No, Nitro. And I think there might be a bit of wing in front of him there, and he's reversing to the wall quite hard. Doesn't that do enough for real wing damage?
K1 sets the fastest time, 25.5 on those mediums. Beautiful time from that.
Yeah, Nitro's into
the pit lane,
and this is the pit lane.
Oh, he's going to have to do another lap.
And I imagine that's because he did take wing damage there. I've not got a view of it.
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite heavy wing damage as well. That's painful.
Worth saying as well, slightly going under the radar here, 5 laps left. K1 just set the fastest lap of the race on these new mediums. K1 is on a bit of a charge here. I'm interested to see how far he's going to go. Obviously, penalties up ahead. Let's have a look at the actual gap between people like him and then MOZA. I mean, even Jamaican Jam. He's, 8 seconds behind? He's got to catch 5 seconds on... I don't know. He could get a P4 here. If everything goes his way.
Jamaican Jam on 6 seconds as well.
Yeah.
But, right. Of course, if he gets a 40, it should be finished in that look.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Obviously, we're saying things won't be fully finalised until things do go to the steering stream, but in terms of
6 seconds penalty, well, I thought he was only on frame.
Who's this?
Awkward.
Oh yeah, just got it as we were watching Nitro spin. So Hugo's going to have a nice comfy victory at this rate. 1.6 behind, but in terms of currently he's looking to be around 4 seconds up the road, so
they're going side by side, Jamaican Jam and then MOZA. I mean, Slick sat behind just watching for now, but based on what we saw, I assume that.
Surely he's got nothing left. I mean, MOZA's played that well. I say that, but MOZA's under real threat from Jamaican Jam.
Despite no idea which way to go though, he can't make up his mind, and Slick's come flying when they make contact again.
I thought they were going to collide as well in that second part of the game, but Jamaican Jam still with DRS. Does he have enough DRS to burn and try and get past MOZA on this occasion?
I think he cost himself really the chance to overtake just because of how indecisive he was approaching the braking.
Yeah.
He seemed to not pick a side.
He needed to commit to one side, and I think, that move's done. I'll have a quick look at position gains, as I'm aware that there's been a lot of big gainers in this race, particularly the two on screen now, and MOZA and Jamaican Jam, both with what are now becoming, Jamaican Jam particularly being a staple driver in terms of what we expect from him. Awkward's going to most likely win the race on track, but it will get pushed back with penalties, unfortunately. I mean, I think Slick's got to be nominated for Driver of the Day just because of the way he's played the team game, really. Done beautifully, and then Crusoe as well. Slightly will go into the radar, but done what we've seen already several times this race, this season, I should say, in terms of early contact, but then enough just in terms of raw pace to fight back through to a decent position. I mean, they're probably going to end up P8 with Theodore with pens next to his name as well.
One thing to say about Slick, this could cost him the podium because he just lost DRS, and look how much time he's lost already.
1.8, yeah.
Purely from that. If they battle with a chance, he can claw back some of it, but you imagine that could be very costly and could be handing the podium to MOZA.
Yeah, Jamaican Jam's not going up on this occasion to fight and get past MOZA there. I'm still interested to see this game from K1. I mean, he's now got past Palmer, whether he can put a bit of distance between him through sector 3 as well, to then protect himself from any kind of fight back from the Ferrari. But K1 is in a very good position here to get a beautiful result on home turf. Gap up front has really come down as well between Awkward and Hugo. Hugo's just on that cusp, and he's actually just ticked actually.
2 seconds.
Yeah, and he's just flicked it now back into well, it's just going up a bit. I thought you might have DRS, but I think it's just going to escape him. He's choosing to burn a bit of his battery there, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think so, or not quite. I thought he was just going to flick down, but no, Hugo survives for now.
Well, it's always nice to win on track, but Hugo knows there's no point in over pushing it and costing stuff. I've got some slipping down and win this DRS. If anything, could be in danger to pay one behind now, especially if depending how much battling goes on, in danger to this actually making jam.
Oh, yeah. I just keep looking at the delta at K1, he's flying. Not even a lap's gone by, and there's more swapping there between MOZA and Jamaican Jam, but I mean, K1's right in the back of Slick. I thought Slick was almost guaranteed to finish ahead of him. I was like, oh, no pens, Slick's too far up the road, but K1 flying on these new mediums to the point I think he's going to get him next lap. Dropped 2 seconds on Palmer in a lap as well on his fresh tyres. K1 is absolutely flying here. How many seconds has Walker got? 6?
Yeah.
So, has K1 got a chance of P2 here then? I mean, it says that he does have a penalty, but likely come his way.
He would have to go and catch the back of Jamaican Jam as it stands, which...
It's incomplete. I mean, it's 3.8 seconds. But
yeah, you can't imagine that's going to happen in this space of 2 laps.
We'll see. But it is worth saying as well, not getting too giddy about K1, but yeah, I mean, it does look like we have a couple of penalties getting dished out post-race. If they get reported, I mean, they look like guaranteed penalties. Unfortunate that Jatin's retired, or will get disqualified from this race, but I think he might have a penalty coming his way as well for the collision with Finn if Finn chooses to report it. As Jamaican Jam and MOZA switch yet again, and here comes K1 though. Down the inside into the chicane, gets it stuck. Whether he's got the traction there on the exit, whether Slick pulls off his specialty move.
I was about to say, is he about to learn why you don't take that position from Slick at that point, and he's going to spend
it's a trademark.
Sector 3 behind him.
Yeah, there he goes. Yeah. And straight onto DRS none, so he's just going to sit behind him now and rot for half a lap.
It's all about though learning from that, and now I mean he stands no chance catching the
oh yeah, it's gone.
Making sure he gets the move, then and Slick keeps not making the same issue.
The flag.
MOZA's round.
MOZA's he's round.
MOZA's just dropped off the podium, and suddenly this fight for Slick and K1 has become the podium.
Wow. I thought he might have had a puncture, but no, he's all good, so he's just fully must have flicked around on traction, looked to be running, unless he's had a collision with Jamaican Jam. I mean, we're waiting to see if that's happened. And MOZA's got history of unfortunately having a coming together on the collision on the last lap with Awkward. Well, it was more a case of Awkward just murdering him on the final lap, but whether he's been flicked around again or whether he's just gone round on traction, we'll have to pay attention to the chats and Stuart stream after this to see if anything gets thrown in. But yeah, out of nowhere, Slick and K1 have been throwing a lifeline.
Yeah, K1's saving this time. He's not interested
He's
in
learned.
the move now. He's learned.
Unless he dives at him. No, he doesn't. Chooses the smart move, and he should get an easy move on Slick here. But Slick, always very good at that corner. I realise. I think he's on a bit of traction control, and it's very useful through that corner just to propel you on the exit. But he's done enough. I think
really not catching.
He's a bit laggy actually on my screen. Yeah, he's not done enough. Slick done enough with his battery usage just to hold him at bay. Looks like he's going to get it. We're flicked now though to Awkward. Yet again, I think he's going to get the win on track. Has done his 2 stops like in the previous weeks, but he is going to win on track. But it is going to be this man who not only takes the win in Abu Dhabi, but wins the Season 10 Drivers World Championship down in Tier 2. Beautiful from Hugo. Also beats the record, I think, in terms of ending that streak of different race winners. He gets a 2nd win of the season out of 9 races. Awkward will still get P2. Slick gets P3, does enough to hold off K1. Worth saying as well, what a drive from Crusoe, being at the back yet again, but dragged it all the way back up to P5. Jamaican Jam drops down to P6, but still finishes ahead of MOZA after his end of the race spin. Palmer P8, SRL Theodore P or Crusoe's left the session, so we'll have to reclassify that. But Dalton will be P10. And then 2 retirements.
Miss out though, because Dalton had 12 seconds of penalties, so Dalton's going to miss out in the final point.
Oh yeah, it's going to be Nitro. Oh, is it? Well, Crusoe, is he?
Yeah, so Cruz moved a lot back in above Chesney. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Order, so.
Crusoe to be P5, yeah.
And even Nitro ended up jumping Dalton as well.
Heartbreak, so it's going to be Chesney that gets the final points on the soft end to the tyre. So interesting that Chesney's made the softs work. 25-second gap though back from Theodore to Chesney, so bit of field spread as we go further down as expected to some degree, but towards the top very close compared to previous races, so always good to see a bit of a closer race. Oh, and Bossa said he lost false feedback, so the car just flew around. That's a bit of a shame, but brilliant fight for not just a win, but I mean we had fights all the way through the order. I think at one point in the race, P4 down to P9 was separated by about 3 seconds though, so brilliant scrap from everyone really. So one more race to go here in Tier 2 and then we're all done for the season. But we've got our champions decided. I mean, it looks like Mercedes have got it clinched, or if they haven't got it clinched, they're literally like
you almost need a
DNF at that point. Yeah. It's basically guaranteed, so we'll hopefully get the full classification to run through. I've got a black screen at the moment, but hopefully we can see the full order. But if not, I mean, we know the order anyway. Hugo gets another race win. Awkward still manages to survive to get his P2. And then Slick after, I mean, what a drive from Slick.
Yeah, I thought come the end of it he was going to be missing out on the podium when he dropped the DRS, but a bit of luck with MOZA spinning and handed it back to him.
Yeah, opened it up. I mean, he's done beyond the Perez drive today. I mean, he's helped himself in the long run. I mean, I don't think he ever really looked like he was going to be in the fight for a podium. So to walk away with a podium is remarkable, really. But all attention now turns to Tier 1 as we've got Clipsy missing the race with a race ban. So we'll see if Camper can capitalise on that and see if he can go into Las Vegas next week in the Ascendancy and see if he can wrap it up next week. Or, I mean, will there be anyone else to upset the party? I don't think there's going to be many racing, so most points will be on the table for anyone that races, really. So if you're interested in sticking around and watching that, please feel free to do so. That's on in just under an hour. But then if you want to watch the finale here in Tier 2, stick around for next week round Las Vegas. And yeah, we'll see you then for the final race of season 10. Thank you and goodbye.